that checks out. Listen. Okay, Krydar. There's this moment in the mapping scene. Okay, absolutely legendary moment. All right. So Sotarks is a person. The reason why he was so controversial is because he there are lines that are drawn that are very arbitrary. Right. It's not exactly clear what is allowed and what isn't allowed. Right. As long as it falls within guidelines, arbitrary guidelines, it's okay, right? So Sotarks was a person who decided to push those boundaries as far as he could, okay? One of those boundaries that was never really clearly determined was aesthetics, okay? What makes a map look good? That is argued by it depends on person to person, right? And so the thing is, you can have a map look like anything, and one person may think it looks good, another person may think it looks bad. So Sotarks was a person who was championing a lot of beat maps that focus entirely on just representation of the music through spacing. Very dumbed down explanation, but representation of music through spacing and angles and stuff, but with no regards to aesthetics. Okay, he thinks everything looks good per se, right? One example of that is the wave slider. The wave slider is one of his hallmark tomfooleries, because all of his wave sliders are imperfect. A lot of mappers will go out of their way to fine-tune this wave slider to make it like a perfect sine wave or whatever, right? With using a red anchor point, which helps you make it super perfect. Sotarks doesn't give a fuck. He thinks that his wave sliders look good. And so this infuriated a lot of people who prioritize aesthetics in the mapping world, okay? The same can be said for jumps, okay? When jumps are executed in Osu, a very common way that people will design jumps is through very easy way to do it is through what's called triangles, okay? Monstrata was very infamous for following a grid, a triangle grid, a hex grid or something like that with his triangles. So they were very easy to explain, they look good, they're predictable, etc. However, Sotarks didn't follow any sort of structure. All of the angles necessarily made sense, okay? They were comfortable, but they didn't look or fit any sort of visual structure. And so he thinks his jumps look good, they play okay, all right? They represent the music, but it infuriated this wider community of people who valued aesthetics within their maps, right? So there was this one scenario, okay? Sotarks has been mapping this way for ages now, okay? And he brings on Monstrata, who is historically known for creating extremely structured beat maps, all right? With very good explanations and justifications for all of his mapping, all right? Monstrata submits a beat map for Sotarks to go under his set, okay? He's basically adopting one of Monstrata's maps for a song that he's creating a set for, all right? It's called a guest difficulty in the Osu. And Sotarks looks at Monstrata's map, takes a look at the jump section, and was like, what the fuck? These jumps are disgusting. They look so bad. It is so terrible. And Monstrata later took to Twitter to reveal that all of his jumps were Sotarks' jumps copied and pasted one for one onto his map. He was basically roasting his own jumps. And it was absolute fucking cinema. Yes, it seems like people have already found the tweet. So I did a guest difficulty for Sotarks, Quaver's TV size set, and he rejected my GD, said it was shit quality, and the 1-2 jumps were bad. Except I didn't actually map it. I literally copied every object from his Black Rover, Knee Socks, Super Driver, Monochrome Butterfly maps. I'll check right now, right? What the fuck is this difficulty, dude? What do you think? Smile. I don't know. It looks like you put 0 effort into this difficulty. Yeah. Lol. Well, man, the difficulty is really bad. I thought you'd actually make something Monstrata style, but you shitted out circles without even caring of anything. Monstrata says, but it plays well. Sotarks says, the ending is good, but all of your 1-2s are ill. Really? Well, yeah. Is this difficulty a joke? Or are you actually serious? Because I can't really take this difficulty like that. Monstrata says, I'm serious. Sotarks says, well, lol. Monstrata says, anyways, it's really late. I'll go to sleep. I guess I can remap some parts tomorrow. It's a short song, but if you really want something Monstrata style, lol. But you really won't accept this? Sotarks says, nah, I won't accept this. I want something your style and not meme, please. Monstrata, okay, cries in the corner.
Billy ready.
Sotarks says, dude, legit, I think this took you like 30 minutes to map. I know what you can do, and you shit me this difficulty. It's like, lol. And these are the maps. They're just taken 1 for 1 from Sotarks' maps. This was just so fucking good. But it goes to show that Sotarks was kind of like pushing these sort of boundaries, all right? He even has these opinions when he's looking at it from a different lens, all right? But the reality is, just because it looks bad, well, this was proven later on, all right? Just because it looks bad, as long as it makes sense, okay? As long as it represents the music, it was later determined that aesthetics basically mean nothing. The only reason why aesthetics were maintained in the ranking criteria is because the people who were the gatekeepers of the ranking criteria looked and promoted and encouraged people to value aesthetics. And the moment one singular person broke the mold, it was over. It was over.